Talk Radio with DJ Cuda, the hottest DJ in the Manosphere. Let's get it.
What's going on? What's going on? It's Player Talk Radio. It's DJ Cuda right back at the helm of today's show. Got a great show for you guys tonight. On tonight's show, man, we're going to be chopping up some real good game. Make sure you hit that Cash app that's in the top right corner, because definitely this is a Player Talk exclusive. If you can't hit the Cash app, hit the like button, man. And if you can do both, man, it'll be much appreciated. Player Talk Network is on the way. You know how I like to do it. I'm about to upgrade all this shit. So listen, man. DJ Cuda right back at the helm of today's show, man. If you got any questions, you can email me at playertalk8@gmail.com. That's playertalk8@gmail.com. If you want to get at the kids, definitely get at me at playertalktv@gmail.com. That's playertalktv@gmail.com. We're going to have a great show today. Also going to get into the mix. So let's get straight into the game. There's a lot been going on in these YouTube streets, down to, CJ King, down to the two brothers that, has been killed and gunned down to 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine getting out of, prison. Not even getting out of prison, just, shooting his first video and getting off house arrest and doing all them numbers, man. Your favorite content creators, they're talking about all kinds of shit. But I'm going to give you a break on today's show and take a different route, man. We're going to get into the game on today's show. So, if you guys been tuning into my live streams, you will hear me talk about this publication that they got right now that does, that takes people's Zoom stream or their live streams, and especially black people, and they have a publication called Fox Soul. Now, if you know, like I know, Fox is a very racist publication that we have out here. Or they've done some racist shit in the past. I don't know if they turned a new leaf. I don't know. That's to be determined. But I know Vivica Fox, Selena, what's her name? Selena, whatever. A whole bunch of broads that's on there. Hold on. Yeah, so Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, Selena, I'll see it when it comes back up. I don't know. There's a bunch of old women that are on this, this Fox Soul, and Claudia, Claudia Jordan and some other people. Like, they're on this podcast talking cash shit. Old, successful bitches, like Marco would say. Oh, yeah, come on in, man. The show's starting, man. Make sure you grab a chair. Make sure you sit down, man. We got a lot of game to chop up on today's show. Hold on. Let's get into it. So, on my show, I've been telling you guys, how it is to deal with women of today. And the thing is I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Do you know where women of today really got that bullshit that they're on today? Take a wild guess. Let's take a wild guess. They didn't get it from, well, they did get it from the baby boomers. But where they really got it from, where they really turned in their feminine card, was after Gen X. I know. I know. Hear me out. Let me run with it. You know when I'm telling you some shit, I'm not telling you the wrong shit. They really got it after Gen X. Not really the baby boomer women, because a lot of the baby boomer women, they were on some bullshit, but a lot of them they end up having Gen X kids, and they end up having millennial kids. You know what I'm saying? So You know, the baby boomer woman started it but slipped out the door. The Gen X woman was definitely up for display because, to tell you the truth, this was the last time we seen true masculinity. I said masculinity. True femininity. This was the last time we've seen true femininity. And it came from the Gen X woman, you know? And a lot of them definitely really wanted to be these quote unquote independent women, really wanted to, you know, abandon their, their roles, because a lot of them, they did stay in the house. A lot of them were latchkey kids, you know? The parents, which were the boomers, were always at work. So she had the house to herself, whether she wanted to go out or not, whether she wanted to do bald-headed hoe shit in the streets. That's why I told you this is where BHHS comes from. We're going to have a BHHS summer. And what I'm going to do is give y'all some quality games. So make sure you hit that Cash App. Now, without further ado, because we're going to have a real deep show today, I'm just giving you some commentary before the game is actually, well, the game's always going to be chopped up. It's just depending on what you're going to pull out of today's show. I got a clip that I'm going to be playing later on in today's podcast, so make sure you stick around and listen to the show to the end of how to play a player. This should be interesting. I'm going to be listening to it the first time. You guys are listening to it also. Might even go over it with you on tonight's live stream. But we're going to check it out, and we're going to critique it and bust it down and get into the game on today's show. So make sure you stick around for that. Because we're going to definitely get into the game. That's what we're going to do. We're going to definitely get into the game. Now, all right. So, fast forward it to today's woman. Always high, incoherent, fucked up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Don't do drugs, kids. Definitely don't. I was looking at an old interview from Adam 22. We played some of his wife's stuff concerning OnlyFans and stuff on today's show. White boy. Definitely in the black community, hip-hop and stuff like that. Nothing against him. Shout outs to Adam 22. Fellow podcaster, you know. Shout outs to the guy. I was looking at an interview that he did with Cuban Doll. And on the past couple of shows, I've been telling you guys how important it is for you guys to have conversation, so you can seep through a lot of the dumb broads that's out here. And then while he was interviewing Cuban Doll, which this is a woman that knows she's going to go do an interview, you know, showed up high as hell. But honestly, there is no difference between her being high, and there's no difference between being herself. And I'm going to play a little bit of the interview, and you can kind of see, and this is about a year ago, you can kind of see where this is exactly today's woman. Just dumb, goes along with whatever, just a big old dummy. Big old dummy. Also, she been bouncing back and forth. I told you guys this girl been bouncing back and forth. She was hanging out with Tekashi. Tekashi saved her from Tato. That's where the whole beef with Tato came in, and the whole Chief Keef thing. You know, when Tato beat her ass or broke her ribs and do some other shit and put them back in the hospital. Do you know this motherfucker right now right back with Tato? I tell you what, man. Hey, look, man. This is where Gen X women basically, you know, this is hold on, let me go to my history real quick. I'm about to pull this video up. I just want you to hear a little bit of this interview, the audio from this interview, so you guys can kind of see how it is to deal with today's woman. Like, you know, he's asking her questions. She don't know what she wants to talk about. She literally has nothing to talk about. Adam definitely has to carry the interview, okay? And it's the same thing when you guys are talking to them or wanting to get to know them, it has a vibe. And that interview vibe definitely reeks of the interview vibe because it is an interview. And when you guys don't know them, it's an interview also, and they act the same way. Kind of lets you know that it makes no sense kind of prying into who she is, because at the end of the day, a lot of them are really nobodies. And the woman that actually taught the thotties of today, the woman that really, really taught the thotties of today to go out, go have fun, do what you want to do, come back at all kinds of times at night and day and all this other shit, kind of really no discipline, was a Gen X woman. Now, most boomers, their parents were from the silent generation, and a lot of their parents were from the greatest generation. So a lot of their parents kind of didn't play that. So when they got that freedom, definitely that's when they did it. But they were a little bit older. That's why you have a lot of boomers with millennial kids, because they had second marriages, or they had late Gen X kids. Okay, so it started with the boomers, now we here. But Gen X was the one that really, really appealed to this generation before the technology boom. And then you could kind of see that transcend over into the Z's. Let's get it. Let's check it out, though. If you think I'm bullshitting, let's check it out. Let's go.
So talk to me. What's up? How's your life?
My life is brazy.
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 Oh yeah, you're a blood, right?
No,
No?
I'm a doll.
You're a doll.
Yeah.
And she walks out on this interview just to kind of give it a effect. But let's listen to her conversational pattern. Drop down in the comment section below how much brain cells before you leave a comment. Drop down in the comment section below how much brain cells you think this woman has.
But you could be a blood
God forbid she has kids.
doll, right?
Doll blood.
Doll blood. That sounds creepy.
That's crazy. I don't gangbang. Oh my gosh.
For real?
Don't come at me like that.
Set tripping?
Don't come at me like I'm a gangbanger.
I mean, you said brazy as soon as we sat down.
And I'm just saying.
If you assumed that I was in a gang, I wouldn't care.
I don't think you're in the gang.
I'm not. Just an ugly ass white kid. All right. So how are you feeling? What's going on in your life right now? You've been real controversial lately.
Nothing's going on in my life right now. I'm chilling. I'm living my best life. Nah,
You're living your best life.
I'm chilling. What you mean?
I don't know.
You got to be more specific with me.
When I look at
dropped out of school.
All right, so right here you can already tell her elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor. I said top four, the top floor. I don't think my elevator goes to the top floor also. Penthouse. Anyway, yeah, she's like making these jokes. She's just, I don't even know what you doing. They don't have no brain, bro. Didn't I tell you their brain they're fried, bro. They drink up all the deuse. They smoke all your tree. Dog. This motherfucker right here. And man, who put these rocks on her? Who put this Rolex on her? Who put these nugs on her? So you already know if she can't even handle an interview with no professionalism. Can't even handle an interview with no professionalism. And these are the type of women that your women look up to. Even broads in their 30s look up to a Cuban doll. Sad, right? What I'm trying to say is that, wow. Nigga, wow. Oh, but don't let me tell it. I'll let her tell it. Let's play her talk.
Too early?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what we're talking
I'm a little
about.
off.
You're a little off.
I'm just playing. Don't put that in there.
I mean, I can't even choose to put it in here or not put it in here because we're live.
No, scratch this.
It's kind of the beauty of the whole scenario is that we can't change anything. It's just reality is what it is.
Okay, let me get serious.
You ever do anything embarrassing on Instagram Live?
Probably all the time.
Like, you know how Kodak dropped his phone that time and showed his dick by accident?
I don't know nothing about that.
That happened. You didn't know about that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, well, that happened.
Wow. That's still in your head?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it
She's not
nonstop.
even-
I made it my phone background.
Oh, wow.
I got the same microphone they're interviewing on. She's not even pointing her face at the microphone. Sis, look into the damn mic.
I was like, wow, boom.
He never going to do an interview with you.
Kodak?
Yeah.
You think that if he knew that I had my phone background as his dick, that would stop him from doing an interview?
Hell yeah, that's fucking creepy.
No, I totally agree. That is super creepy. I probably shouldn't even said that.
Yeah.
I feel like if he even knew that I was making a joke about it, he might.
So you see how Adam is just playing with her, you know. He's testing her, and then he's gonna laugh to kind of cut the edge that's there. He's gonna kind of loosen up the edge that is created there. So what happens is between them, you see the tension. That's what a lot of black women like to do. They like to create tension. So even if like you have a white guy that's gonna have an authoritative tone, because this is not a woman of you know, I mean, this just happens. I'm not trying to make it a race thing. But this is what they do. They have an authoritative tone, and you'll see some edge there. So what happened is at some point you're gonna see him cut it. Check it out.
Yeah. Probably smack you up.
No, we got a Kodak interview on the way for sure. His manager's always trying to get me to go to the studio, hang out with them, whatever, but I just, I haven't got around to it yet.
Okay.
What's up with you and Kodak? I brought him up, I guess. I was going to say, why are you bringing him up?
All right, hold on, y'all, because, they're going to hit me with a commercial. Let's get back to it.
You brought him.
You were so mad at me when we first met because I immediately brought up that video of you and Kodak. And you were like, holy shit, I didn't even remember that.
I mean, I forget about stuff all the time. But why is you still thinking about it?
Because it just made me wonder about the nature of what was going on between you two, because it was just
What video?
it was like him sitting there and then like he had all
I
this
don't know
money.
about all that. Like, he did a show in Dallas, and I opened up for him.
Okay.
He brought me out. We was just backstage, just playing. It was a skit. If you listen to the video, he was like, it would have been a good little skit. It was a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't believe anything he says.
You don't believe anything about me or him?
I don't believe anything you're saying about trying to clarify that was a skit. It didn't seem like a skit. It seemed a little too real.
Okay. If you go back and listen to the video, he was like, it would have been a good little skit. But see, that's not what we're here to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
But not that.
I mean, I feel like you're
See
going
what I'm saying? You a slow nigga. Look, it's your match. You deal with a slow bitch. I did a show not too long ago talking about dealing with 8s, 9s, and dimes. Hey, bro, this is what you gonna get. In a lot of cases, I'm telling you right now, this is what you gonna get. The only reason why you didn't walk away from this woman is because she's pretty. Real talk. The only reason why you didn't walk away and say, hey, you know what, let me do myself, or let me go about my business, let me go on my way, is because she's pretty. These are the type of women that you just have around the house. You know what I'm saying? You just give them little tasks like, yo, take the chicken out so when I come through, I can cook it. Bitch, I don't want you to cook that shit because you going to burn down the house if you cook the fucking chicken. Oh, my God, it burned. What I'm supposed to do? The stove on fire. I'm slow. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be high out of their goddamn mind. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking. But goddamn. Like, this is how you want your girl to conduct an interview, bro? Now, I can see if you don't care about the joint. Yeah, if you on dog mode, yeah, all right, bro. But I feel bad. Like, come on, son.
object to everything I want to talk about, given what you said to me right before we started this.
And this is what they do with y'all. Even if you're a conversationalist, you get to gauge her. It's like, what do you want to talk about? Oh, I don't know. I just don't want to talk about that. Then she looks at you. Because she has nothing to contribute to the conversation. watch and pay attention.
What was the situation that preceded you getting dropped from your label?
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, and these are the people that's touching money. They're out here getting deals. She got a label deal. Now listen to this bullshit that coming out her mouth because she's dumb.
Everything, all of this fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
So what's the fake news?
I never got dropped from any label.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was just the management?
No, actually I fired management a long time ago. It's what people don't know. So I only had like one manager, whatever. You feel me? And some dude, he unfollowed me on Instagram.
Wow, I know exactly what that's like because you've unfollowed me multiple times. And at one point you even had me blocked.
Okay, so like people are weird and they're fucking stalk. Yeah, I did block you. You an asshole. Like I will block you.
I'm not really an asshole. I was just hanging out with your ex-boyfriend.
Anyway, listen. You messy as fuck.
That's true. That's fair.
That's why I blocked you. I'm like, is
Yeah, she's messy as fuck. Okay.
this messy ass nigga? He on some bitch shit. I gotta block his ass.
I think it was because I'm white, but okay.
No, nigga, my mama white. I'm black and white.
Really?
So ain't nothing about none of this
Wow,
shit.
that's fine. I just always assumed you had to have like some Asian in you that had to be the whole doll
So you can see who's controlling the conversation, which is Adam, because he has to at this point.
thing. Was that you were a little Asian?
No, that's just when my eyes little. So people be like, oh, you got little like Chinese eyes, but no,
Oh, okay.
my eyes is naturally little.
I feel like our whiteness has brought us so much closer together.
Anyway,
Just
you
kidding.
made me forget
I
what we
don't
was
feel that way at
talking
all.
about.
We were talking about you not getting dropped from your label or management.
Oh,
allegedly.
so look, basically,
See how quick their mind is? Anyway, you made me forget what we was talking about. So, fellas, if you listen to me and all the techniques and stuff that I give you, all the nags, the gambits, the tricks you have in an arsenal and a toolbox and whatever, you too can be winning out here. But it's like what Tommy says. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But with the knowledge that I'm giving you, you're your dog. It comes with a disclaimer. It's up to you, bro. You can use this game and run laps around these type of women and get you a smart, dumb broad, or you can use the same game and go get you a very, very astute, intelligent woman. And you can use it to gauge them. You can use it to, whatever, man. We about to start tonight's show. Let's get it. Hold on. Let's just get through this interview real quick.
this nigga, he unfollowed me or whatever.
Okay.
And then this weird ass fucking fan page was just like, you know, they be on my dick and shit. So anybody I follow, whatever, they think I work with, they like, oh, don't work with her. She did this, she did, she did this, she did. She a bad person, all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, the nigga fucking he not like that. So he you feel me? He getting scared by comments. You know, comments be, you feel me? He not used to all that, you feel me? He not, you feel me? He not used to all the hate or whatever. So I guess the nigga unfollowed me. So they like, oh, he unfollowed her, he got dropped. But really, that's not his position. He do marketing, the nigga do marketing. He was never my manager.
Mm-hmm.
He never, like, you feel me? He don't write my checks. He don't give me no checks. He don't give me no bread.
Oh, such a nice vocabulary for a young lady. Yeah, man, the nigga, he don't, you know what I'm saying, Nicky, he don't. Y'all don't be seeing black women nowadays. They go live on Instagram, smoked out, just mumbling.
He, like, you feel me? He don't do nothing but repost me on Instagram when he see me. So I think people they really confused about what position he played. You feel me, at the label. They just think he work at Capitol Records.
Can I turn your sound off on that?
It's my people's here. You finna-
They're here. You can have my employee go grab them. I just wanted to turn the ding off. Oh, you got a lift? You want the lift, huh?
No.
I'm strictly Uber.
That's a screenshot for somebody. Listen, so
Okay.
what was you saying?
You just saying you didn't get dropped?
This
Oh,
mother-
basically, just a nigga unfollowed me. He don't play no position. He with some shit called 740. He not in no position to sign people to the label. Like he not what everybody think. You feel me? He do fucking marketing, digital marketing.
Okay.
He got digital marketing shit. That's it. Other than that, like I'm with Capitol Music, Motown. They did not unfollow me. So if people want to go check and go look up Motown Records on Instagram and see if they unfollow.
This motherfucker said, look at Motown. Anyway, I'm not about to listen to the rest of this. I think I proved my point here. Like, bro, the intellect of a 4-year-old, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This. Oh, but it gets worse. So remember the group of ladies that I was telling you that's over at quote unquote Fox Soul. Oh, Platinum about to go live soon. Shout out to my boy Platinum. Hold on. We all trying to fuck Cat. Hold on.
I'm trying to fuck Cat.
Okay. So this is what I'm telling y'all, and make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App. The second half of today's show, I'm gonna make sure you guys are up on that. We're gonna do How to Play a Player by none other than your girl. Ooh, I'm burping and shit. Hold on. Your girl, Michaela Pink. Oh yeah. But let's see if the older women that are supposed to be they're supposed to be, more smarter. Let's see if they talk any better or more brighter. Let's just check out what they talking about on Fox Soul.
What I love more than anything else is that as a grown woman, you just made a very important statement. At the beginning of you saying all of those things was, I finally looked in the mirror and said, what was it that I could have done? And you learned from it. And I commend you, my sister, for coming back. You look better than ever. You know I love you. You get on my nerve like a little sister sometimes.
Oh, this is Vivica Fox. So you're going to hear loudness. You're going to hear cursing. You're going to hear... Oh, Lord.
You do. I know. Hold on to them lashes. But I love you, tons, and we went through it. We did.
Because y'all had strain for a while.
Oh my God, we did. Girl, and sometimes I want to grab her and just, right. And if can't nobody do what I can. But I love her to death. I do. But what I love more than anything else is that she's learned to say, whenever something happens, I got to learn what's my part of it. That's growth. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. That's my bitch right there.
Hello.
See, when they try to take a little bit of responsibility for something, then they call it something else. And this is what I'm saying. When they get older and they know that looks aren't in their court anymore, then they start to really explore having some type of a personality. Whereas you as a man, you learn it the other way, man. You have to have some type of personality coming up, because when you're a young man, you don't really have that much money. You don't really have that much resources. You can't really offer. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can, but in a lot of cases, this is how if you guys weren't really chosen, or you guys kind of didn't, you didn't kind of follow the crowd, this is what happens. And a lot of you guys are here in this space. So what I'm saying is that you get better with time. And then around 25, let's just say around 22, 25, that's when the table shifts. So now when they get up there in older age, they're not getting as much more attention. They're quote unquote refined. Now all of a sudden they want to take responsibility for certain things, and sometimes it's not even just that. Sometimes life puts them in life. It don't matter if you don't take responsibility or not. shit ain't biased. Life will put you in a position where you have no choice. So before we start tonight's show, let's listen to the rest of this clip and make sure you guys like and subscribe. How to play a player is going to be coming up soon, and we're going to have the mix. So let's get it. Let's go.
Oftentimes, Black women especially get criticized that we cannot say sorry.
Yeah.
And we can't admit to being wrong, and we don't admit when something's wrong. I would like to prove the naysayers wrong right now and give them a Fox Soul Cocktails with Queens exclusive and go around the panel, and we all admit a shortcoming, whether in a relationship or a personality thing that we know we have. I think that's a first step, because if we do it, the people that look up to us, think of all the girls around that could have this talk tomorrow with their girls and maybe start to do this, because it can't always be everybody else, right? It can't always be everybody else.
So we having a come to Jesus moment?
We're having a come to Jesus moment.
Okay. All right.
Go first.
Okay,
Me?
I can.
Okay. Look, boom.
Right.
We'll end with you, Lisa.
For me, hands down, I should have married for love.
Are you admitting you didn't?
Oh, I did not.
Because all of these women here, they're relationship war vet. They're relationship war veterans, man. Hands down, I should have married for love. Okay.
No, I did not.
Wow, that's dope. That's deep.
Yeah.
So it was like the lifestyle, the bells and whistles. I mean,
No, it was the potential of falling in love. But I should have been in that before the marriage.
Got it.
Perhaps, the dream that he sold me was, I want to date you in our marriage.
Now, look how disingenuous she is. How do you marry somebody when you're oh my God. How do you marry somebody you haven't fallen in love with? And then come back and say the false bag of goods that he sold me. So you weren't in love when you said yes, when you took the rings, took all of those gifts, the potential I do's. So let's listen to the bag of goods that he sold you.
Well, I had never heard of that before, and I was thinking, that's kind of clever. And we're going towards that way anyway, so, okay, we can accomplish what we're trying to accomplish sooner in a partnership. And a partnership is what I thought I was getting into. And then I got in there, and then shit changed and switched, and it was like, who are you? And I'm sure he asked, who am I as well? You know what I mean? But
what it seems like is that he was in love with her, and she switched up on him, because she's not even. All right, fellas. When men lie, we commit. Okay? We add on to it. Baby, when I was coming home, the reason why I'm late, there was a taxi cab, right? And it slammed into my car. I was in an Uber, right? And the car blew up, and it exploded, and it flipped up in the air, and then the gas tank said whoosh, and then it was a fire, baby. And I was out there with the fireman, and then, you know what I'm saying, I told the Uber driver I was okay, and then I had to call, another Uber. They came and picked me up. I told them, it's okay. I ain't even gonna file an insurance claim, because, I'm waiting for you, right? And then I came home, and then now I'm here. We commit when we're lying. Women, what they do is they omit. You have to fill in the gaps. They leave whatever happened up to assumption. And you knowing their nature versus you having experience, oh yeah. You have the key. You can start filibustering. You can start to cross-reference words that ain't even in your lexicon for this. This woman said I do to a man that she thought she was entering a partnership with, and she wasn't in love. Are you kidding me? Wedding days don't work like that. They don't. Now, people engage in stuff with people that they don't love all the time, but marriage, come on now. And all of a sudden, he switched up on her. Let her tell it. Wonder if we could find him and see what he says.
have that love, that foundation, then you can weather a storm that you wouldn't necessarily weather had I would have just looked at him and said, this is not working out. I would have stayed a little longer had that been my heart was involved,
If that was the glue. I get it. That's dope. Thank you for admitting that.
It wasn't there. So.
That's not easy to admit. Thank you. Selena?
Okay, are we talking about relationships with a man
or just yourself? It could be either or. Just
look at these confused old hoes. All right, come on.
A shortcoming you may have in relationships, something or faults, because the criticism is always, y'all never wrong, y'all never say sorry. Can you ever admit that you've done something wrong or something's a shortcoming in you?
So Lisa Ray didn't even admit she was wrong. She just admit I wasn't in love. Vagueness.
Oh shit.
I have I've gotten better with this, but I still work on. I have very little patience, and so it causes me to react sometimes before I think things through.
This motherfucker look like Rick James. Okay.
So because of that, I have had arguments, very public arguments that have went nuts on the internet. I had an argument with Nikki Gilbert, which everybody saw, which was off the chain. Because even if I was provoked, even if it was it was her fault or my fault, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. I am responsible for how I should have acted. And when I look back at that argument, I'm almost in like, this is a fool, because I could have handled that a lot better than saying the stuff that I said to her. So for me, I think that was, and we've made up.
Good. I was going to ask, is that it's like, have you gotten, even though you're admitting that today, have you all got a resolution?
We just actually this past year we saw each other. That happened a long time ago. But we just recently saw each other and we hugged it out because, we talked about it before because I told her, God doesn't want us to be this way because we were friends. We were good friends.
Can I just interject this, Selena? To me, it seems like y'all would be like sisters. Your story that you're telling right now reminds me so much of like what I went through with like Lisa Ray. It's like when you're close to somebody and they like your sister, it's like, do you have to go through something like?
You see how she sipped the tea when she says this?
Like that to fall apart to then,
when you're strong, how and see, that's the thing with you and Lisa Ray, you guys are probably not probably, y'all so strong in your mindset and in who you are. Sometimes you're alpha females. Yes. So you bump heads when you see when you're in a predicament with another alpha female, and that's how me and Nikki were. Mm-hmm. I just didn't have the proper patience. I didn't handle that.
Y'all alpha females, which is an intellectually dumb broad. Think about it.
Properly. So that is something that I have to live with, that it constantly pops up on the internet all the time. And then I know people think it's funny and shit, but it's actually not funny to me, and I cringe at it every time I see it.
Oh, wow.
Are you working on it now? Are you working on it?
Well, I don't do that now. That was like, I don't know, maybe 2013, 14.
See, and that's what these children don't realize is that once you have a moment with someone and it's recorded, and especially if you're in the public eye, if someone clicks your name, a thing rolls down of your relationships, your experiences, news, things about you, that it's like, oh, we good. We got past that. But it's like, it's forever imprinted. Yeah. So that's why I always try to stress to people to try to make good choices and not put everything so publicly.
So, Vivica, we got to get to you. What
okay. Well, it was touched on with Lisa Ray. I mean, that's why you guys saw me get emotional because, like I said, she's like a baby sister to me. And sometimes she drives me bananas, and I've had
motherfucker about to turn on the damn sprinklers. Here we go.
To learn, ask to be a friend of another alpha female, that I have to learn when it's like I can't fight with her. I have to just relax. I have to learn when it's like I have to remember she's a woman. I can't just come at her. She's a strong ass woman. I can't just come at her any kind of way like I would come to people that are not the same, but it's like respect. I have respect for her, but also I have respect for myself and our relationship and our journey. Is me picking a battle with her with something that is this big, that if I know that if I stand back and let her have a moment, she's gonna think, V, what's going on? So it's like we've established boundaries, but for me, it was learn to attack intelligently with having good relationships and having respect. That was a huge lesson for me, female and male. It's like with Curtis. When I decided that I was going to stop fighting with Curtis, I'm like, you can try to trigger me, but no, sir. I will not let you steal my joy, my shine, my moment. No. We are who we are, but those are relationships of passions. But you have to learn when to find.
And by Curtis, she means 50 Cent.
Balance within having passion.
Bro, they never learn their lesson, bro. They go their whole life never learning their lesson, man.
That it doesn't take you out of your chapter and where you plan on going next.
Do you regret some past arguments that kind of went too far? Or got
yeah, because I'm evil. I'm Leo. I'm a Leo. I'm a lioness. When them goddamn claws come out, baby, it's on like popcorn. But
I hated when you and Kenya were fighting because I felt
fuck
so
that bitch.
helpless. I know, but I just was like,
nope, that one ain't never going away.
It was public for everyone to make.
Claudia, I love you, and you know you helped me get through that. But that one right there, no, ma'am.
I just mean publicly, like I hate that it's material for people to talk shit about. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate that. And you know how this is. Like they love to see us like y'all are both all talking about it. Being off your, you know, like you're not your game, but like
some people you don't like no more. She is that thing.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'll say mine.
I'm sorry to all our fans, y'all, because we all about sisterhood. But Claudia, you know I don't like her.
I know
you know why I like that one? Why is she my baby sister now? Because when we went through what we went through, she said, I'm sorry.
Got it.
You can't come to me, a woman, and know that you hurt my feelings, a woman or a man. You can't come to me and know you hurt me and not apologize. You're going to continuously think you can drag or do me wrong, and I'll stand for it. No, that's why we're friends again. We both was like, what we tripping on? I'm sorry. I hugged her at 6 a.m. in the airport.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say, I wasn't the only one that said they were sorry.
Okay. Again, it's not always the other. It's not only the other person. We have a part to play in all of it. It's never just like.
I need to touch up my lipstick behind that girl. You done made me get a little hot and bothered over here.
So mine is I probably should have. I haven't had therapy, and probably of all of us, I probably needed the most from all the things that have happened since I was 10. And it's like, I kept putting off therapy. And I never did it. And I always thought, I'm strong. I got this. I don't need it. You know, being the typical strong Black woman, I don't need therapy. And I feel like that was a mistake because the way that it affected my self-esteem made me make bad decisions in my life. Like letting people close to me that should have never even had my phone number. And that's my bad.
Lord
that is my bad.
All right, so you get where I'm going with this. Hey, look, man, make sure you click that Cash App. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got Player Talk exclusive coming up. Make sure you follow the next podcast that is attached to this podcast. Got to make sure y'all cooperating now. Make sure you do that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Get them numbers up, and make sure you like and share. Hey, look, it's Player Talk Radio. We in the building. Let's get it. Let's go.